right, in the spirit of time management, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for attending our virtual open house PM session where you get an opportunity to meet with our ladies of enrollment, and we're going to discuss all things enrollment and how to get your child enrolled for our upcoming school year. Some great opportunities that we have where you don't have to wait till the fall. So we're really excited. Our partnerships, our expansions, I mean, we have a lot to cover today. So I'm really excited to have you here with us. So who am I? I am Ms. J. Fawn Hood. I am the recruitment specialist for Educare DC programs. I am the face behind the reminders and the invitations that you've been receiving, but I'm also a member of our dynamic family engagement team, and I partner with these ladies in the enrollment team to make sure that families like yourself are supported through the enrollment, eligibility, and selection process. So just for housekeeping purposes, we are recording so that moms and dads like yourself who could not attend this event will be able to access this information, this vital, important information later via our website, www.educaredc.org, or our YouTube channel, Educare DC. So with that being said, I'm just going to ask you to kindly mute yourself. We will have an opportunity where you'll be able to have the floor for questions and answers, and then we will allow you to unmute at that time. So if you have any burning questions throughout the presentation, please, I'm monitoring the chat because I'm going to step away and give these lovely ladies the floor in just a few. So I will be monitoring the chat and we will make sure that your burning questions get answered today. So what a pleasure. What a pleasure. I don't know if it's snow on your end, but it's definitely snow out my window. And I know that you could have been anywhere today, but you chose to spend your afternoon with us, and we are so grateful. This was your first step in selecting Educare DC as your child's early learning education provider. So we're very excited about that. It is our intention to honor everyone's schedule and stick to our time allotment, but most importantly, to provide you with helpful information to help you gain a better understanding of our enrollment process and introduce you to the team members at EDC, who our primary focus is to support you along the way to make sure that you have a high quality enrollment support experience. So that is our goal, and that's what we plan to deliver for you. That is our mission. Also, we do have dedicated time built into our presentation for an ask and answer segment. So we will give you an opportunity for your voice to be heard. So we do ask that you stick around because there's no question too big or too small. That's why we are here, because we want to make sure that we equip you with everything that you need to go through this application process and this enrollment process smoothly. So with that being said, again, I kindly ask you to add questions to the chat box, and we will be sure to address them at the end of the presentation. This will allow our presenters to get through all the information that they have pulled together to share with you today. So that way you as a mom can make you can make an informed education decision for your family. And that's what it's all about, right? We want to make informed educational decisions because this is monumental, the foundation of our child's learning experience, and we don't take it lightly. So we are here to support you in any way that we can. So lastly, you might be interested to know that we have 80 new early Head Start seats available. They're coming available. This is the good news. They're coming available in May. So we have been working in construction on our new location that is going to be in the Deanwood community. And so we have gotten the thumbs up that come May, the doors will be opening and we will be able to service 80 additional early Head Start seats. So we are really excited about that. So this is a great opportunity for you to come and join our family, the EDC family, and not have to wait till the fall. So we're going to dive deeper into that. Miss Cunningham is going to talk a little bit more about that expansion opportunity and how you can learn more and get the application process started. So really, really pumped about that. So without further delay, I think I've gabbled on, long enough. I'm going to turn it over to our amazing enrollment coordinator, Miss Jaskarin Carr. So Ms. Carr, the floor is yours.
Ms. Hood, thank you for that lovely welcome. So I just want to introduce myself again. My name is just Karen Carr. I am the enrollment coordinator. We have Miss Precious Cunningham, who is our RC manager, and we have Miss Jordan Taylor, who is our eligibility assistant. So this just gives us our emails, and we at Educare really want to emphasize that we are really here for you as a parent and for your child as well. We want to ensure that we are respecting all your obligations and responsibilities that you may need to attend to through these very trying times through the pandemic. Because of the pandemic, we want to make sure that we are communicating with you through all means necessary, whether that's an email, phone, text, or in person. And at the end of the day, like I mentioned, we want to make sure that we're here for you, for the parent and for the child as well. So it's kind of the collective whole. And we realize that the relationship that we do set today will be impacting your child's future and success for tomorrow. So a little bit more about Educare DC. So Educare DC at the Parkside location is our flagship. And I mentioned before, we have a brand new program called IDEA that we are very excited about and currently enrolling in. So that is one program. We also have a prenatal program for expecting mothers with an abundance of resources and services. And then we also collaborate with local organizations within Ward 7 and 8 as our partner sites. So these are the partner sites that we have currently within our Educare system. So we have St. Timothy's, First Rock Baptist, Dawn to Dusk, Kitty's College, and St. Philip's. So a little bit more about Head Start. Head Start is a fully funded program. It's full day and a full year program, so it runs throughout the year. Head Start is a program that's family centered, and it's really around early care and education for underserved families. This program distinctly provides early continuous, intensive, comprehensive, and child development services in the areas of physical, social, emotional, and intellectual development of all participating children. So a few of the core principles of Head Start is that we really emphasize high quality education. We have specific standards that we need to meet and excel, whether that's at Educare DC or within our partner sites. We really want to make a connective relationship with both the parents and children. So we want to keep both children and parents engaged. We want to respect all developmental paths. Every child is different, therefore we need to attend to their needs respectfully and within their own unique manner. We want to acknowledge that culture plays a huge role in the child's development, so we want to be fully aware of that as well. Overall, we are comprehensive, flexible, and responsive, and we do provide transitional planning methods for each family. So in this overview, I'm going to go over the mission, the history, our eligibility process, our website, and our grants and goals. So Educare's mission is centered around eliminating the achievement gap with high quality early learning for children birth to age 5. So the image that you see on the screen kind of details how our core features work. So we emphasize strong leadership in our community linkages, and within that we have a strong emphasis within data utilization. So we're taking data in on a daily basis. We are watching patterns. We are implementing new programs, new ways of learning, so that way we are keeping up with every child's needs. And this kind of plays into the bigger picture in terms of the child and parent engagement that I was mentioning before, which in turn leads to an increased student achievement and kindergarten readiness path, and that ultimately impacts the family and parent outcomes as well. So a little bit about Educare DC and its history. So Educare DC is one of 20 plus schools with within the Educare network that's spread throughout the nation. Educare DC's focus is on child, parent, and community engagement. We've been serving this community since 2011, so we are we are here, we are learning, and we have learned so much to understand the population that we are serving today. It was specifically brought to the Parkside community because of the great need for an educational institution within the age group for early Head Start and Head Start. And ultimately, we serve 424 participants, so that boils down to 400 students and 24 expectant mothers. And that's between various locations. And all of our child care partner sites are within Wards 7 and 8. So a little bit more about Educare. It is an early Head Start and Head Start program for children who are 6 weeks to 5 years. Our program, as I mentioned before, is a year-round program with before and after care options for our children. So that starts at 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you need the before care or after care, we're here for you. We accept all Aussie child care subsidy vouchers as well. And if you need to apply for a voucher, you can do that on site as well. We have 3 teachers in every classroom, and we are serving healthy meals throughout the day from breakfast, lunch, supper, and snacks. We have a family style program kind of going on so children can go back home and, you know, practice what they did in school at home as well. And we have a building that was specifically designed for young children. So we have an outdoor playground that's accessible from every classroom and 2 indoor dedicated playrooms. Right now, we're not taking in-person tours due to the pandemic, but hopefully once our parents are in the building, they can see that, you know, even down to the fact that when you go through the classrooms, you can see progression from the restrooms, the sinks, and how there's kind of a gradual increase in size to see that the students are growing through their time at Educare. So some quick stats on why Educare works. So we emphasize our data a lot, and through our data, we have found that there is a 4-to-1 ratio for the average student teacher, and there are 8 average early Head Start class sizes, 18 average pre-K class size, and it says 7+, but we've actually been serving Wards 7 and 8 for 9 years now. And we also do have a scholarship fund set up for your enrolled child. So that's our 521 scholarship account. So that means that we are not only investing in your child today, but we are investing in their future, whether they want to go to university, community college, culinary school, cosmetology school, or any other program that they want to enroll in later in life. So we're definitely looking at the bigger picture, and we want to focus in on the fact that this is not just now, that we are looking forward and moving on with the future as well. So our program requirements. So this gives you a nice little breakdown on how we kind of go about our age groups. So early Head Start is ages 6 weeks to 36 months. Pre-K and pre-K3 and pre-K4 are the DC requirements. This is our breakdown and our cutoff for the children of that age group. We have income requirements that we ask all of our parents send to us through their documentation. So we are verifying income as well. And then on the right side of the screen, you can see an enrollment inquiry, little screenshot. So if you are interested at any point, you can send a quick enrollment inquiry and we will get back to you within probably a day or 2. So Educare's eligibility process is very specific and very doable. So our website is educaredc.org. On the left side of the screen, you see our Enroll page. So if you go to our website, you click on Enroll, this is what pops up. It is a great breakdown of how we do enrollment. It gives you a clear image on our enrollment inquiries, our application, what documentation we need, what kinds of documentation we can take. And so we go from document review to scheduling a personal intake interview. And we really emphasize that we are here to serve our families that are in need, but we also have a certain threshold for over-income parent as well. So we don't want to discourage anyone from that. So we're kind of focusing in on being as inclusive as possible. So enrollment at Educare DC. So the first step that any family would take to enrolling their child is completing an enrollment application. However, if you were hesitant about completing an application, you don't know how to go about it, you are more than welcome to go ahead and submit an enrollment inquiry, which is a quick few steps. Once you do that, we'll get back to you within 1 or 2 days, and we can move forward from there. If you do complete the application online, we will further contact you based upon eligibility, seat availability, and supporting documentation. On the right side of the screen, you can see a breakdown of all the documents that we need. If you go to the website, you can click on each of the documents and see what the examples look like as well. So our selection criteria is based off of a lot of things. So a lot of it is income and residency, but it also plays into if there's a family member with chronic illness, if you already have a child at Educare, if there are other eligibility points that we can kind of add to you and your profile, it will work in your favor. And then on the right side of the screen, you can see that we also included the 2021 poverty guideline threshold as well. So what does a physical application look like? So this is what it looks like. It's nothing too intense, nothing too daunting. We 100% encourage our parents to actually complete their application online, but we do want to make sure that we are being respectful of the fact of if a parent wants to come inside to our building and pick up an application, they can also do that as well. They can give us a quick call, we can set up an appointment, and we'll have everything that they need ready for you. Again, we do encourage our parents to complete an online application just because it's easier on your end as well. You can attach your documents and get going with the process a little bit faster. So as I mentioned before, our enrollment process can really be found on our website. And overall, Educare DC's website is something that is updated very frequently. It has updates on COVID-19. It has information on our staff. It has more information about our academic programs, how to enroll, and any other additional resources that any parent or family might need, down to program data, school year calendar, links to all of our social media and points of contact. It's a very good resource to kind of figure out what's going on and how we kind of go about things at Educare DC. So the sequence of steps in our enrollment process, we wanted to give you a nice little breakdown on how it kind of has gone about. So the first step is submitting an application. Once that's been submitted, we do an initial review for eligibility determination. Then we'll contact our parents regarding any documentation that is still needed. Then we'll conduct a initial intake interview and ask for documentations. After that, we will file for approval, assign the classroom and the start date notification to all staff, send out an acceptance letter, and if we don't have an availability at Educare DC, we will do our part and refer you to a partner site or any other program that we find that your family might fall into. So we're making sure that if we can't take you on here, we'll 100% do our best effort to make sure that you are placed somewhere else as well. So a little bit more about the goals and grants. So Educare DC is a beneficiary of Head Start grants, which is a federal program. These Head Start grants allow service to underserved children and families, and Educare DC is also a beneficiary of DC Pre-K Enhancement and Expansion Grant. We also do take private grants and funding from donors. Our goals really revolve around staying committed and closing the achievement gap for our youngest minds birth to 5. Educare scholars graduate kindergarten ready, so they are ready to go and move on to the next phase in their life. We encourage a strong parent-child relationship as well as doing, within the school family partnerships. And we really want to focus that we're demonstrating parent support for learning as well. And we want to provide a continuous improvement in rich learning environments with quality instruction and practices. And the next section will be taken on by our ERC manager, Miss Precious Cunningham. We'll talk a little bit more about our expansion and partnerships that we have right now.
Hello, good afternoon, and thank you, Ms. Carr, and thank you to you for joining our session today, our afternoon session. We welcome you, and we're glad that you are here. Remember to please place your questions or comments in the chat or write them down so we can discuss them at the end of the full presentation. As Ms. Carr said, I am Ms. Precious Cunningham, ERC Manager within the enrollment team. Okay, so I'm excited to talk to you about our expansion and our partnerships today. Let's get into it. As you can see, this is Educare's new site. And this location is on 4501 Lee Street Northeast, Washington, D.C. It's less than 6 minutes, I believe, from our Parkside location. And through an early education award, we were able to develop this program that will also provide services for early Head Start 0 to 3 age eligible children. And unfortunately, we cannot accept pre-K children at this location. All right, so allow me to break it down for you a little bit further. We have 10 early Head Start classrooms with 8 seats per class. So that adds up to 80 seats, which is wonderful, amazing opportunity for us to serve 80 more children at this location. And we do have, or will have, lead and assistant teachers in each classroom. So if you are interested, please feel free to click on the link that Ms. Hood, our recruitment specialist, has placed in the chat in order to register for our town hall info session on March the 11th. So you can learn more about our grand opening with Ms. Talia Newman. She is the Director of Early Head Start Partnerships. To begin the enrollment process, please complete an online application, which is available on our website at www.educaredc.org/enroll. And you will have the ability to also upload your documents as well. Or you can simply send them to enroll@educaredc.org with Educare DC IDEA in the subject line. So we are guaranteeing slots to families that fully complete an application, turn in all of their required documentation, which is the same documentation that is required for Educare DC's Parkside location, that are eligible, and if there is a slot available for your child's particular age group. If you know of any families that are in need of these services, please send them all our way. We are currently in the process of updating our website to include information regarding our new locations as well as our partner sites. Please stay tuned for those updates. They will be coming soon. Feel free to complete the town hall info session sign-up sheet for March the 11th to hear more about our Educare DC IDEA. And that link, I believe, was just dropped by Ms. Hood. So make sure you do that. Okay, and now I would like to give you some history on our Early Head Start Child Care Partnership Program. So in April of 2019, Educare DC received an Early Head Start Child Care Partnership grant, which funds a partnership with the child care programs in DC's Ward 7 and 8. And Educare DC supports these partners to reach early Head Start quality standards by providing coaching and training for the teachers, and adds new services such as medical health, oral health, nutrition, mental health, and customized supports for children with special needs. Family engagement services are also funded through this grant, and family engagement is designed to support parents in their journey as their children's first teacher and as engaged community leaders and advocates. And I just wanted to note that our partnerships are very much connected with us. We're separate, but we're together. So once families, and well, I'll go more into detail into that later, but we are all a family. Once you're signed into our program and you're receiving services, you're connected to our families. All right, well, this program is overseen by Mrs. Newman, who is the Director of Early Head Start Partnerships. The Early Head Start Child Care Partnership Program. It's also called the EHS-CCP or simply just CCP. You'll hear those terms said interchangeably, so you don't want anyone to get confused, but it's pretty much the same thing. This program is ending their second successful year very soon and looking forward to beginning their third year under the 5-year grant. And Educare DC has worked very hard to build strong relationships and to sustain partnerships with local child care development centers in Ward 7 and 8. And the EHS-CCP program allows Educare DC to serve 144 more children and families with the greatest needs, to implement early Head Start's high quality standards in more classrooms. So like I said, we're all connected. We have our coaches that go out to the centers, to the sites, and they train the teachers on one-on-one basis and in group settings. So everything that Educare Parkside is getting, our partner sites are getting as well. As Ms. Carr mentioned earlier, she mentioned our 5 sites. I will repeat them: St. Timothy's DC, First Rock Baptist, Dawn to Dusk, and Kitty's College in St. Philip's. And currently, all of these locations are in Southeast. As you can see on your screen is a specific list of all of our partner sites, and the hours vary due to the pandemic. All right, what are some of the services that the EHS-CCP program provides? Well, we provide diapers, wipes, and formula at no cost to our enrolled families, health and wellness services, nutritional services and planning, renovated classrooms and buildings for a more modern aesthetic. Renovations ensure that programs are up to date based on Head Start standards, additional classroom learning materials, intensive family engagement, and more. If you look at the screen, you can actually see some of the updates that we have made to our partner sites. The outcome goals for the EHS-CCP program is to facilitate and assist children with growth in the following areas: language and literacy, social emotional development, problem solving, physical well-being, and gross motor development. Now let's discuss some of the outcomes. The EHS-CCP program is able to maintain a continuous, mutually respectful, and collective program, is fostering more highly educated and fully qualified staff that will provide high quality infant, toddler care and education, is increasing community supply of high quality early education learning environments and infant, toddler care and education, is aiding with clear early childhood policies, regulations, resources, and quality improvement support at national, state, and local levels, and improving family and child well-being and progress towards school readiness. Who is eligible for an EHS-CCP program? Well, families with children 6 weeks, 3 years, 6 weeks through 3 years are eligible for this program. All DC residents are eligible. Children who are Head Start eligible, such as families with child care subsidies, children in foster care, children who have an IFSP, so an individual family service plan, or families who receive state benefits, TANF, Social Security, even if a family is experiencing homelessness or they meet the income federal poverty guideline or they're below the federal poverty guideline, families that are experiencing a crisis, like Ms. Carr mentioned, more of our selection criteria, families who are experiencing domestic violence. We look at a lot of factors. The EHS program is another option for families that are looking for immediate placement, as all of our 5 partners are now enrolling. So the first step in this process is to enroll your child or children at one of our 5 partner sites that are available or has availability for your child or your children's age group. And our site directors are fully aware of what makes a child eligible for the CCP program. So the majority of the partners have implemented their eligibility process with our eligibility process with their own. So it would be a little bit more easier for parents to fill out the application, which they have on site, and to ask for the required documentation, which our enrollment team will support them in getting. And once the child enrolls, then the additional services begin immediately. And you can send an inquiry through our Educare DC website in regard to CCP if you are in need of immediate childcare, and our enrollment coordinator or recruitment specialist will follow up with you, and we will take it from there. All right, well, that concludes the expansion and partnership section of this presentation. Please remember to type in your questions in the chat, and we will discuss them at the end of our presentation. And without further ado, I would like to introduce our last presenter today, Ms. Jordan Taylor, our eligibility assistant. She will be presenting on our new prenatal program.
Hey, thank you, Ms. Cunningham, and hello. As Ms. Cunningham just said, my name is Ms. Jordan Taylor, and I am the eligibility assistant. Thank you for sticking with us so far, and I'm going to talk with you about our new prenatal program. This is a brand new program, and we are eager to get some expecting moms enrolled with us. Okay, so the purpose of the program is to empower mothers through their pregnancy, childbirth, and infant parenting. Our overall goal is to support mothers and their babies by ensuring that they have access to quality health care, support and coaching from experts, and and a connection with other mothers. And now to give you some background on our program, Educare DC has been informally supporting expecting and new moms through the Pregnant Mom and Lactation Support Circle for the last 5 years. And this is where we were able to see a demand for prenatal care among mothers, as well as success in creating strong, supportive communities. The families in that circle expressed a need for additional support during their pregnancies. So we also took a look at the Ward 7 and 8 community needs assessments, and that showed a high need for maternal and family support during pregnancy. And this demand overall is what set the basis for the creation of our prenatal program. Our program is built off of 4 main tenets. We overall want our mothers to leave our program feeling empowered, healthy, mindful, and informed. Okay, so this is what our marketing material looks like that we've had floating around for our program. Note that at the bottom of every flyer, we have our contact information. So that is the email that you can reach out to if you have any inquiries or even to get you started on our enrollment process. Again, I want to emphasize that we are ready to start enrolling moms as soon as possible. So if you are pregnant or if you know someone that is pregnant, then please encourage them to start submitting applications or reaching out to us with questions. Okay, the focus of our program is to provide continuous ongoing support from pregnancy to childbirth and then into childcare. Our curriculum will be adjusted to fit every mother's needs. So even if there are multiple mothers in the program at once and everyone is at a different stage in their pregnancy, we will make sure that the classes fits everybody's needs. And the idea is that the mothers can even mentor and support each other as they navigate their journeys. And our staff will be there alongside them as support. Okay, now to touch on our resources we offer. Our program curriculum is Baby Talk, and we chose this curriculum due to its proven success in early Head Start programs. It also is flexible for individuals with a strong focus on outcomes. The focus on parents, we also focus on parents as being a key leader in their child's life. And finally, it serves as a great transition from a successful pregnancy and parenting and then into enrollment with a high quality early head or early childhood education program similar to Educare DC. We also offer access to holistic prenatal services like medical care, dental care, nutrition guidance, mental health, and substance use counseling. We can also refer you to community services like housing assistance, job training, community benefits, and FMLA and DC paid family leave. Okay, so to get even more into the resources and services we offer, mothers will have a one-on-one relationship building with assigned perinatal engagement coordinators. There will be opportunities for group socialization with fellow moms. We will have one-on-one opportunities with our mental health and nutrition staff to, again, holistically assess all components of everybody's health and wellness. We will have incentives for participating in our program, including whenever you're meeting milestones or if you're engaging in healthy behaviors. And unlike other prenatal programs where your participation will have to stop after you give birth, our mothers can stay with our program for up to 12 months after giving birth. And we do this to make sure that the mother and child leave our program with the opportunity, again, to transition into another high quality childcare program. To expand on that, being a part of our prenatal program does not automatically enroll your child into an early Head Start program with us. That is actually a separate application process, which Ms. Carr took us through previously. So you will have to separately complete that application process after you give birth. So also, if you complete your enrollment process for your child after completing the prenatal program, which means turning in all of your documents, completing the application in its entirety, then we would love to place them in our brand new IDEA program that Ms. Cunningham explained before. But that is only if we have slots open. So we currently have 80 slots open, I believe, and we do want to fill them. So I want to emphasize that we can't promise them a seat if it's already filled, but at this time we do have openings. And if you happen to submit that application and we already have seats filled, then if we do have to put you on the wait list, you will still have those 12 months of postnatal support with our prenatal program. Okay, so these are some frequently asked questions that we have for our prenatal program. Firstly, how has COVID-19 impacted our program? The impact is that the prenatal programming will be held virtually rather than in person, just to protect our staff as well as expectant moms. Next, you may be wondering, when can a mother enroll? And mothers are only able to enroll during their pregnancy. If you've already delivered your baby, then you cannot be a part of the prenatal program. Finally, who qualifies for this program? So enrollment is open to all DC residents, provided that they meet our early Head Start and Head Start enrollment criteria that Ms. Carr and Ms. Cunningham has mentioned previously. Okay, and our prenatal application can be found on our website. You can download the fillable application and either complete it on your computer, or you can print it out and do it by hand. And once that application is complete, applicants can scan the application and email it to the Enroll email address that is depicted on the screen, and it's also been dropped in the chat for you. And another option for the application, if you don't have access to a computer or a printer, you can also make an appointment to stop by Educare DC, and one of us on the enrollment team are more than welcome to help you fill out the application with us. Okay, and this is an example of what the application looks like. Again, it's nothing too crazy. It just gives us more information about your pregnancy specifically, your family, your primary support, what your household looks like, which is just used for eligibility purposes on our end. And speaking of eligibility, on the next slide, we'll get more specifically into the documents that you will need to go with this application. Okay, so yes, here is the checklist for all of the required documentation. Completing the application, that just kickstarts your enrollment process, and then we'll then follow up and ask for this documentation. So firstly, we'll need a valid ID. We'll need proof of income, meaning you can give us a pay stub, you can give us a social security letter. We'll also need verification that you're a DC resident. We'll need a current visit summary from your OBGYN that confirms your pregnancy. We'll need a copy of your social security card, a copy of your health insurance card. And also, if this applies to you, then we will also accept WIC documentation and proof of full-time employment or school. And don't worry, this does seem like a lot, but this checklist is something that we will have accessible for everybody that's interested in applying. And we try to make the process as easy as possible because we do know that everybody's situation is different. So you will see on the checklist that there are several options for some of their requirements, such as residency and income. Okay, so that is a little bit about our prenatal program and how to enroll. Now I'm actually going to ask Ms. Hood to put our prenatal manager's email in the chat for you. That is Ms. Ispa Barlas, and she is a great person to reach out to if you have any specific questions regarding programming or the way the classes will run or what you can expect as a program participant for a prenatal. And then I want to take the time to highlight our upcoming prenatal open house segment. That'll be on February 23rd. And they will have an 11 a.m. session as well as a 4 p.m. session, similar to how we ran this today. And again, sign up is on Eventbrite, and this event is perfect for you to gain more insight into our prenatal programming and meet our prenatal staff. And now that you have all of this information we've given you, this is what we need from you. If you are interested in our program, we definitely want your application. We want your supporting documents. The sooner you can get that to us, the sooner then we can work on getting you enrolled. We would love to have your commitment to quality early learning programming with your child and your family. And finally, we want you to spread the word. If you know anybody who is looking for childcare and you think that they might be eligible for our program, definitely let them know, bring them our way, and we would be so happy to help them. Okay, and this is our contact information for the enrollment team. You can reach myself or Ms. Cunningham or Ms. Carr by either phone or email, whichever you're most comfortable with. And we are more than welcome to help you with all things enrollment. We are very responsive. We will try to answer everybody's questions. And now I want to take time to mention that the enrollment team, we're actually going to be having another virtual event where we're going to be offering one-on-one application support for you guys. So you can sign up via Eventbrite again, and that event will be held on Saturday, March 13th. And this is the perfect time for you to come to us with any questions regarding your application, or to make sure, or we just want to make sure that everybody can successfully enroll into one of our programs. And now it is time for our Q&A portion. So if you have had any questions come to mind, then you can put that in the chat for us now so we can take a look at it.
And while you're coming up with your questions, I'll just add that in terms of documentation, we can absolutely accept legible screenshots. You know, if you want to take a picture of a document, just want to make sure it's in a well-lit area. Just, you know, if you keep your fingers and toes out of the picture, that would be great too, just so we can see all of the information necessary to determine eligibility. As Ms. Jordan said, we are a very responsive team, as well as our recruitment specialist, Ms. Hood. We generally like to follow up with our parents, interested families within 1 to 2 business days. We're available to answer all your questions regarding enrollment. And we're just looking forward to filling all of our sites We know that childcare is high in demand, and we are here to help out with that. So definitely spread the word far and wide, and we're looking forward to welcoming all of your children and families.
Miss Precious, we do have a question in the chat box. The main Educare building will not be accepting early Head Start, only pre-K 3 and up. Question?
At the moment, we do not have any early Head Start slots at our Parkside location as of now. However, in the new school year, August, you will be looking to fill some. So that's something to definitely think about. And you can definitely begin that process now by filling out an application and turning in your documents. So if you're wanting to get into the Parkside location, you can get on our wait list. So I would definitely encourage you to do that. If you would like to send me your name and your number and your email in a direct message, that would be great, so I can follow up with you regarding that.
Yeah, so if I can expand, we do still have our 72 early Head Start seats available at Parkside, but we have had plenty of families that have expressed interest, and we tend to run into a wait list. So that's why we're so excited about these 80 new seats at our new location at the Educare DC idea, because it expands our opportunity to provide more infant and toddler seats available to the Ward 7 and Ward 8 community. But just because we have these new locations, we have these new options through our child care partnerships, our new location, that does not mean that Parkside will not be available for early Head Start. We're just building upon. So that way, you know, all of our parents who are interested in our programming, they have a fair shot at being able to get a seat with us. So the Parkside, just to be clear, our Parkside location is working on a wait list right now. So we will begin open enrollment come April, like we traditionally kick off in April. And that will be for placement come the fall. So in August, that is at the beginning of our school year. And then, you know, we will go through our normal process for placement for those 72 seats we have. However, if you need placement now, we are really excited to provide these 80 additional seats that will come available in May. So yes, to answer your question, we still will be providing early Head Start seats at Parkside. This is just an expansion and in addition to. So I hope that answered your question. Also, we have another question, Miss Precious, if you want to take a stab at this one. Are we able to tour the new location before enrollment?
Well, currently not at this time due to the pandemic. We are not inviting parents into the building because you want to make sure that we are being mindful of the staff and the children's safety. I believe, in Jayfon, you can correct me if I'm wrong, we are looking to post some videos about the processes that we're taking for COVID, in response to COVID, and also to maybe show the classrooms. Is that something that we're looking into doing? I know we discussed it because I'm sure a lot of parents are interested about what the classrooms actually look like. So we're thinking of ways of how we can do that and keeping everyone safe at the same time.
Yes, so currently, yes, due to pandemic, but also this is a brand new site, right? So we have a brand new wing at the IDEA Public Charter School. So that's why our address will be different than what the IDEA High School address will be, because we're on we have a totally different entrance, totally different side of the building. So we are under construction. It is a hard hat environment right now. So even some of our staff cannot go into the building because we want to make sure that we're mindful for everyone's everyone's safety. So to address your question, we are still figuring it out, just in transparency, but that's the intentionality behind our town hall that will be hosted on March the 11th. It is our goal to have all of these questions more defined and more answered, have more answers available. So we're encouraging everyone to reserve your seat, come in and get all the information that we have available for you. March is still a little early, okay, because we're not due to open our doors until May, but we want to do our very best to ensure that we can answer as many questions as possible. Hopefully by then we will have a secured official start date. What is going to be the format? Are we going to mirror Parkside? Currently at Parkside, we are hybrid. So, you know, we have about 20-25% of our population, our essential working families, are on site, and then the remaining 75 are experiencing remote virtual education. So we're not sure, because we're also moving at the pace and at the best advice that we're given and guidance due to the pandemic as well. So we will do our very best to provide and expose as much that we can, whether that's through video media, like we have our virtual tour of Parkside available on our website. But at this point, I would say I feel more comfortable to encourage you, come out to the town hall on March 11th, because we'll have more of those definitive answers for you then. So to answer your question, not just yet, it is a hard hat construction environment, so we want to make sure that you're safe, but we will have an opportunity for you to get to see those classrooms and buildings one way or another. Okay, Ms. Carr, do you want to take a stab at this? In the chat box, it says, I enrolled for the main building for early Head Start and pre-K 3. Do I have to enroll also for the Head Start program at the new IDEA location separately?
So let me just look at the question real quick. Yeah, so we have to basically say that you are enrolling into the IDEA program. What I can do is reach out to you if you want to provide your email in the chat, just to see where you are in the process, or when you had applied, if that works, just to get some more information from yourself.
Good question.
Back over to you, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, so can I just get a quick thumbs up just so that I know that you are done asking questions? I don't want to miss any of your questions. So if you are good to go, can you give me a little thumbs up as a reaction? All right, so thank you so much for all of those great questions, first and foremost. And I want to say thank you as well for coming to our enrollment open house. It was so great having you here with us. And now I'm going to pass it on to Ms. Hood, our recruitment specialist and host, and she is going to close us out for the day.
All right, thank you so much for that introduction, Ms. Taylor. Wow, that was just an amazing presentation. Thank you, ladies of enrollment, for that, for bringing all of that detailed information to our interested prospects, our future Educare DC scholars. I'm super excited. We're super excited to have you join our family. So before you leave today, I wanted to plant a few seeds. So please stick around. Just give me 2 more seconds. So the first one is, be sure to check out our upcoming segments on Eventbrite, because this is part 2 of a 5-part mini series. We wanted to make sure that we took each subject matter and gave it its own individual time, so that way we could provide a more intimate aesthetic, so that way we could answer all the questions like we've been able to answer today. So I'm really happy that that's a good format and it's been working out for us. So with all that being said, we have 3 more segments coming up. Kicking off next week, we actually have 2 next week. So on next Tuesday, which is the 23rd, 3rd of February, we have All Moms Deserve to Be. That is with our prenatal team, the lovely ladies of prenatal, as I like to call them. They will be coming in and they're going to dive deeper into all the program and service offerings that we have available through the prenatal program, as well as some personal stories, which makes them very passionate and dedicated in their commitment to providing amazing prenatal and perinatal support to our expecting moms and our new moms. Following that, on Thursday, February the 25th, we have Building the Future Through Proper Nutrition. We will have our nutrition consultant, Ms. Sue, coming in, as well as our Director of Comprehensive Health Services, Ms. Patricia. They're going to take a deeper dive into our best practices around food and nutrition. It will be great if we have some families whose children have special dietary restrictions. This is the great platform to come ask some of those questions. You know, all the ins and details around food, nutrition, and how it gives a proper foundation for your child's success. That's what we're going to be covering on Thursday. Great topics of discussion. And then on the following Tuesday, March 2nd, we have the power of inclusion and mental health with our inclusion and mental health team. They are the subject matter experts in that regard. And so they also will be sharing some of Educare's best practices and success stories on how we have created an inclusive learning environment for children with all different type of learning styles and learning differences. So we're really excited about those upcoming segments. We hope you will come back and join us for those. And then also, just like was mentioned at the beginning, we're going to be doing, I believe Ms. Taylor mentioned that for you guys, we're going to be having a bonus segment. These ladies, the ladies of enrollment, they have dedicated a Saturday, March 13th, to come in and provide 15-minute one-on-one segments to provide hands-on one-on-one support for application completion, documentation retrieval, if you need some help with identifying what are those documents that we're really looking for, if you need some support in how to access those, we're here to help. And then also scheduling your intake interview so we can take a deeper dive into your family so we can identify how we can best serve you, because that's our goal, right? To provide you high quality enrollment experiences so we can turn you over and have a smooth handoff into our complete program where we have a host of team members who are eagerly waiting to provide you a high quality early learning education experience. So those are our upcoming events. We hope that you will be able to come out and join us. And then lastly, just like we've said throughout the presentation, if you are really interested in getting a head start and enrolling in our early head start program at our new location, Educare DC IDEA, please come on out, join us for the town hall info session so we can give you some more up-to-date information of what our program is going to look like when we open our doors come May. So we hope to have you there. I provided the link to register for that particular event in the chat box. If you aren't able to access the chat box, send us a quick email to enroll@educaredc.org. Just in the subject line, say Town Hall Info Session, Educare DC IDEA, so that way we can keep an eye out for you and make sure that you get your personal Zoom link invitation to join us for that event as well. So, with that being said, it was an absolute pleasure to spend our afternoon/early evening with you. We hope that we have met our objective of providing you a lot of information to guide you in making an informed educational decision for your child and for your family. And we hope to see you at our future upcoming segments. Thank you so much and have a positively powerful day. Thank you.